All right, let's solve Leetcode number 261, graph value tree. Basically, we are given an integer n, in this case 5, and a list of edges. So we have edges, list of edges over here. Given these two variables, determine whether the graph formed here is a valid tree or not. So we have 0, 1, we have 0, 2, 0, 3, and 1, 4. Right. Two main characteristics that we can use to determine a valid tree is that the nodes in the tree is equal to the edges plus 1. And just from this list of edges, we can get the count of edges, right? We can get it here as 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 edges, so we know that. Now let's look at how we can represent this graph. So we have 0, which goes to 1, 0 that goes to 2, 0 that goes to 3, and the 0 is 1 goes to 4. So we can count the number of edges here too. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 edges, just like before. We can count the number of nodes here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we come in here, we know the nodes are 5, and it's equal to plus 1. So this makes it valid. This is simple, right? This makes it valid. We can also convert this into some like an adjacency list, right? In order to solve this, we would have to convert this into adjacency list and then traverse it. That will be done in the code, but basically to get the number of edges, it's as simple as getting the length of the edges. Get the number of nodes is representing it in an adjacency list. 1, 2, traversing the list and keeping count of the nodes. If the number of nodes from the graph traversal is equal to n, then you have satisfied the condition of getting the number of nodes and then comparing it with the number of edges to see if it adds up. So let's look at how we can get that written. So the first condition we need to satisfy is if n is not equal to length of edges plus 1, return false. This is the first one. Now we want to traverse the graph and count the number of nodes. So let's set our graph. Alright, and then let's set our adjacency. Let's create our adjacency list. Alright, so for xy in edges, graph x append y append x. Now we can start the graph traversal from anywhere, so I think I'm going to use BF first. So let's set our Q is equal to the Q, and then since we decided, let's set scene as 0, 2. So while Q node is equal to Q dot pop left, and for each neighbor in graph nodes, if neighbor not in scene, scene dot add neighbor, and then Q dot append neighbor. So now that we've done with all the traversal, all we need to determine is that the length of scene is equal to n. If that is true, we return true. So this is how you solve Leetcode graph valid tree. So let's look at it. Let's see if everything is all right. All right, awesome. You can also use union find algorithm to solve this. Maybe I'll do another video using union find, but this also works well. This is an O of n solution, which is pretty good. So thank you for watching. See you in the next one.